Hey, welcome back to an episode of Instagram Podcast. I'm your host, Juan, and as always, my co-host here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey, buddy.
How you been, man?
I'm so great. How are you?
I'm really good.
Cool. I'm excited because I'm going to talk about puberty a little bit.
Okay.
Not right now, but later in the episode. When we're talking about FLCL, alternative and progressive, in the opposite order.
Good. I'm glad it's not just like an episode where we talk about the birds and the bees.
Yeah, no, but I do have some comparisons to other things. Oh, I'm so excited that I get to talk about FLCL with my boy.
Yeah.
I like FLCL.
FLCL, both of these came out a while ago, right? But they finally got added to Crunchyroll.
Hell yes.
So it's more like readily available.
And they have it in English and in Japanese, I think.
I watched it dubbed. I don't think there was a sub. I mean, I watched a sub. I don't think there's a dubbed option. Okay.
I wasn't sure. I thought I saw 24 episodes, which I don't know. I'm going to look it up right now.
Go for it.
Because I don't know shit about shit.
Probably for the first one, which is progressive, right?
For both. What do you mean?
Look it up.
Yeah, I am.
look it up.
I'm trying really hard. I swear. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this show. It's a show that was really, really fucking popular back when it was on Toonami. Mm-hmm. And then they decided to update shit. And I don't know, man. It's fucking cool. I'm glad that they're doing this.
For sure. Yeah, so we'll be talking about FLCL. People call it season 2, season 3, right? Progressive, alternative, progressive. I don't know what the order is. Which is great. I'm so glad we finally had the chance to talk about this because I know you and I have seen like OG FLCL, and it's something that we enjoy. So yeah,
I guess it is just in Japanese, which is good because I watched it both ways. I watched it subbed and I watched it dubbed. Originally, when it was airing on Toonami again. Yeah, and because they had rights to it, pretty much you could just buy it on Amazon to stream it, or you can watch it on Comcast or DirecTV or whatever the fuck you have. And then they finally came out with it on Crunchyroll. So I got to experience it in a new way. Mm-hmm. And similar to the old FLCL, watching it dubbed is the way that nearly everyone watches it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get into the differences and...
For sure. I got to watch the first season. Again, I don't know which one it is. I think
progressive.
I watched that one dubbed. And then alternative, I watched all subbed.
Yeah.
Which is just, that's just how
it worked, whatever.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
Man, what's up with you, man? What's good? What you been up to?
I honestly don't know. I don't know what I've been doing. I don't have any good stuff for you. What are you fucking motioning at?
You got Raft to work, dog.
Yeah, okay, so...
That's the most important thing you've done in months.
Raft wasn't working, and then I fucking figured it out. I went to their help people, and I was like, yo, tech support. This is my sitch. This is everything that goes on. These are the troubleshooting things that I've tried. And they're like... can you tell us like these 3 things? And I'm like, yeah, and I'll tell you like 5 more that I didn't tell you before because I thought they were way too specific, but I guess it's not. And you've never seen something like this before. And then 3 days went by and I didn't hear anything. And I figured it out and I fixed it myself. Turns out I had to find a hidden file in a drive that I told nothing to save to. And then I deleted that hidden file and it remade it and it's good.
But you can raft now.
Now I go raft.
Raft with the boys.
Rafting with the boys. The SS Crew Factory.
Except not Eliza. She's going on Sierra's
that's why we're not
party.
Fucking doing that.
Sorry, dog.
We're not doing it that weekend because
we can do it. I can play Raft.
No, you can't.
We'll figure it out how hard it can be.
You can't replace Eliza.
No one can replace Eliza.
She is a staple to our Raft.
She is staples, absolutely.
But I've been playing a shitload of Dauntless.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than... It's a fun Monster Hunter type game that's free and it's actually really fucking good. Mm-hmm. Cross-platform. It's a blast. I would definitely be sponsored by this episode or by them this episode if I could. Because holy shit, dude. Dauntless is so much fun. I'm going to be playing a lot of that lately.
Yeah.
I might wind up streaming it. I don't think I will, but I might wind up streaming it.
Yeah. Well, you were trying to describe it to me and you're like, yeah, he goes, it's like Monster Hunter, but like in Fortnite. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. So it's like easy because I've seen you play Monster Hunter and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Really, yeah.
Like a simplified, really fun version.
It's like, it has some things that are kind of complicated. And when you get into the finer details, it's like, but there's some pretty cool, smooth things that are It's good.
But nowhere as hard as like playing Monster Hunter. Me, who's never played a game like that.
Monster Hunter is totally different. Monster Hunter is an RPG that's like, hey man, you better know these like 10 things before you get into a hunt. This one's like, get in there and see the little guy and then say, hey, what's going on? And just like smash on him until you die or it dies.
You also told me about Sonic Team Racing, right?
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. Ooh. I really want to. It sounds super interesting. I just need to get more people kind of interested in it.
I'm down to
grasp their interest.
I'm down. Look at me. Look how down I am.
Are you down? Are you down? Are you down?
Pretty down.
Cool. So it's really fucking interesting. It's a team racing game. Haven't played it at all yet. This is just what I've learned about it very quickly. Where your team actually matters. So each individual player that's on that team needs to place well. Otherwise, your overall score for the team will not be that great and you won't come in first. Mm-hmm. So one person could get in first, the next person could get in second, but that other person could get in last, and then you place a little bit lower. And anyways, you have different things to interact with each other. So the players ahead of you leave behind slipstreams, so you could go a little bit faster if you follow their tracks. You could trade item, or I guess just like give items to other players on your team, and it does different things to them. So instead of getting like one attack, you get 3 attacks. When you give that thing to somebody else, it'll buff them up. And I don't really know all of the intricacies or interactions, but I do hear that it's really, really fun to play with friends. And you could play it with a computer as well. And it's still fun, but it feels more like a regular old kart racer. And then when you play with friends, it bumps up to another level.
That sounds so interesting, just the idea of like this teamwork mentality. Yeah. It's like, I don't think I've ever heard of a game like that before.
Of a cooperative game?
A cooperative racing game.
I know, exactly. Like, yeah,
that's so interesting. Yeah.
Exact. There was a game called The Crew that came out a while ago. I don't know shit about it, but when it was being advertised, it was like, you and your boys, and all you do is drive in your cars, and you just drive everywhere. It's like huge, man. You know, the United States is like that big. And I was like, that's really fucking cool. And tell me more. And then they were like, everyone else is also playing online, dude. You're interacting with everyone. It's like a car MMO. And I was like, really fucking down with that. And then it was not that, because nothing is.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they're like, it's so immersive. Like, oh, it's RuneScape. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm playing MapleStory again.
Oh, nice.
All right, cool.
Good for you. Yeah, no. I am willing to play this racing game with you. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, so that's my game life right now. Oh, I've been playing Switch too, but whatever. It's just Enter the Gungeon and whatnot. And then in my own personal life and things that I've done, I went to a Mexican graduation party.
Mm-hmm. Not mine, by the way.
No,
it was someone else's.
Not yours. Yeah. Because yours turned into a family dinner.
Yeah, it changed, yeah.
And it was weird, man. Nobody spoke any English.
Nice.
And everyone kept being like concerned about me when I would just be watching the music, because they had a live band there.
Yeah.
And I fucking love music, right? And I love instruments, but nobody knows me well enough there that knows how much I fucking love music. And I'm just like watching, and I'm paying so much attention to each one of them. And they're like, you all good, man? You good?
Is this white boy okay? That's what they're wondering.
Yeah, they're like, hey man, like, you want to drink or anything? I'm like, no, I'm not thirsty right now. And like, I'm on call, so I can't drink beer or anything. So I'm just watching the band play. I'm like, all right, dude. Like, not understanding what was going on with me. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys speak some English, but also you're clearly a tightly knit group of friends, and I'm not going to enter in that group right now. But then, then a couple of my coworkers showed up that I happen to know pretty well, and we were all able to hang out and talk and not feel like we were a burden to anyone. As I'm just like, I'm having a good time. I'm watching this. I'm like, you okay, dude? Like, making sure, like, you guys don't be concerned. I really respect that. I don't appreciate it, but like, wrong guy right now.
Tripper, like, yeah, I just took acid and it's really starting to hit me. So, but thanks for asking.
Absolutely. So it was an interesting time with fucking delicious carnitas, bro.
Nice.
Those carnitas were insane.
That's for sure. Like party food carnitas. Like that's
a go-to.
That's the
party
fucking
food.
shit right there.
Yeah, ice coolers full of food. It was great. I'm
exactly.
like, whoa, you could put tortillas in. Whoa, you could put carnitas in. Whoa, you could put just a bunch of fucking salsa
in the ice cooler.
It's crazy.
You could put a fucking whole family in there.
It was great. So it was a delicious, fun time, and It was pretty cool. I was happy to go there.
That's good.
But it was a new experience that I would definitely need more people to talk to and not be on call so I could feel like less stressed. I was also 30 minutes away from my fucking place that I work and live.
You were out of town.
So it was pretty stressful being like, if there's anything that goes wrong, they're fucked for like a while. Yeah. So anyways, everything coming together. It was fun. I would do it again.
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I've been up to is I'll start with video games too. I played some Smash Bros with my friends.
Yeah, you've played that?
I played it, I think, like late during, I want to say like late last week. Okay. I played, and I was like, hey man, I haven't played Smash Bros in a while. Like, would it be cool if we could come over and like just smash it up? And they go, sure. And I remember telling Sarah this, like, I told her, I was like, I played Smash Bros. And she goes, oh, how was it? I was like, I did horrible. I lost so many matches. Like,
yeah, because they play all the time, probably, right?
No, well, they were also doing bad, but I think that none of us had played in a while. You know, school got us busy, so we used to play a bunch. And then when it first came out, right? And so now we're like, let's just get back to it. And I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get anything to kind of work. Yeah. I was doing a lot of falling off stages and like not implementing my proper recoveries. And I was like, what the and I was like literally driving home that night. I was like, I am disappointed with myself. I was like, I could have done a lot better. Yeah. How the fuck did I lose when I had my main? You know, like it was like, I was like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. Why am I stressing out over this? And then
that's video games,
it's video games, right? And then we played again, I think the other day, and we played like later, and I was feeling a lot better. Like I was the rust was coming off, and I was like winning more matches. I still lost some, you know, I don't win all the time. Yeah. These guys are also, you know, they also like video games, so they were beating me and stuff. But I was like, oh cool, I did good in that match and I did in this match. I was like, cool, this is great, because you know, always random or whatever, so it's like you don't really know what you're gonna get.
It's fun. It's more fun that way.
Yeah. What I get
unless you get Pichu like 1,000 times and you're bad at Pichu, and then it feels fucking bad.
What's the name of the Pikmin guy?
Olimar.
I got him, and I'd never like willingly used him.
Olimar is really tough, dude.
I had no idea how to use him, and I did okay. You know, I lost that round, but I was like, you know what, I did a lot better than I thought I would. It was like,
there you go.
Good for me.
So you need to play the characters that you're bad at.
Yeah, for sure. And then I played like the Villager and
Villager's fun.
And the Isabella. I was like, people I don't really play with, and I was like, yeah, these guys are pretty fun. Like their mechanics and stuff. I was like,
that's the point of rando.
Like, I can't fucking wait to just knock you out this fucking tree. Just you wait, or go, ooh, hold this bowling ball for me. Exactly. Yeah, it's so dumb. But yeah, so I played some more and I had a good time, and I did better. I was like, great. And I'm super stoked to play even more, you know, just because it's like, if we keep playing, we'll all just keep getting better, and it's just like, it's more competitive, but again, it's like when we're done with them, because we all, you know, play and things happen, and then when it's done, we go, oh well, that person won, and then we just start laughing about shit that happened. We're like, this bullshit happened, or that shit happened, and we go, oh, it was fun, and then we play another match. It's just like, it's really like, it's nice. It's like, it's just because there's no malice in it. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's what I love about stuff like that. Some people take them really seriously, but overall, it's a party game. Yeah. It's not a competitive fighter. You're not playing Street Fighter versus Capcom with fucking actual setup. I don't even remember what they call it, like button joystick pads. But it's just a super casual time. Sure, you guys were playing with some like half Switch remote things. Oh no, single Joy-Con.
Everybody had their a good setup. No, nice. I think one of the boys has like one of those GameCube ones, like the mock ones. It's like a Pikachu one, and then everybody else has their own Switch, like just full things together. The one, I mean, I think because we played so much when it first came out, people invested in buying their own controllers. Because the half thing is bullshit.
It is bullshit.
It's so hard.
And the most upsetting part about it is that you can't have 16 little Joy-Cons hooked up, so you can't have 8 people playing at once. So you wind up doing 8 people playing with shitty half things.
And it's just like, yay, I'm playing with all my friends, like, am I really playing though?
Yeah, you know? I'm not playing my best life.
It's like when they did the commercials for the Switch, and they're just like, yeah, look at these guys out playing basketball, like in the, you know, in the, like at a blacktop, and then they just decide to play 2K with like the little halfy things. I was like, why would you bring your Switch to basketball and then just play pretend basketball on these halfy Switch controllers? And I go, that's bullshit. That's some shitty marketing.
Yeah, if it was real ass controllers, I believe it.
Well, I've seen people like bring their Switches to the bars, you know, like, and then they just hook it up and they start doing Mario Kart racing with actual controllers. Like, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like fun. But if you give me like a little fucking Kit Kat of a controller, I go, ew, I'm not playing. I'd rather just sit here and watch. It feels uncomfortable, you know. Our hands are too big.
Yeah, I got big boy hands. I'm not trying to play on a Game Boy Micro.
Yeah, the Micro, those are wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's video game talk.
Is it?
I mean, that's what I did video game wise.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense then.
And then something else I did this week was I had my graduation dinner thing.
Yeah,
my parents did want to do a party, and then they kind of switched it to just having dinner with like family, which I kind of liked because I was like, cool.
Yeah, mad appreciation.
I don't feel obligated to be like I have to talk to everybody, and it's like fucking it's way more expensive to throw a big party than to just have dinner with your family. And we had sushi. We ate a bunch of sushi. And then we went home and we got really drunk. And I got gifts. My brother introduced us to his new girlfriend. She gave me like a clean canteen and like a gift card to In-N-Out. I was like, oh, dope. She goes, I hope you like In-N-Out. And I go, who the fuck doesn't like In-N-Out, bro?
I'm like, you bitch. I'm in California.
I'm like, yo, bro, if anybody doesn't like In-N-Out, they're fucking dead to me, dog.
Yeah, essentially the people that don't like In-N-Out are people that are kind of like being try-hardy. Mm-hmm. I guess they're like hipsters of like the douche world.
Or they're from another place and they're just like, actually, bro, like, Smash Burger's way better. Or they'll go, actually, White Cow, like they're from
just like, yeah, well, that's neat. But like here, we're from California, we have In-N-Out, yeah. So that's kind of my jam.
I have a buddy who's from Southern California and he goes like, yeah, man, In-N-Out's fine. It's like, it ain't got shit on Fat Burger. I was like, okay. And so I went to LA, I had Fat Burger. It was fine. I was like, it was a good burger. And I was like,
hey, man, there are people like the video that I quote all the time. Some people fucking love Five Guys.
Yeah, I've never had Five Guys.
Five Guys Burgers and Fries is fucking fantastic. Also, listen to that name. Listen to that slogan.
Five Guys.
God damn. Yeah, it's not that good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
But I always damn it when I'm playing some games and whatnot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, so she got me that. My younger brother gave me a pair of Jordans. Can you believe that?
Air Jordans?
They're you're gonna love this. They're hair Jordans.
Oh.
So they were because Michael Jordan had the Space Jam movie with the Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah.
So this pair of Jordans have Bugs Bunny on the front doing the Air Jordan thing, and instead of air it says hair.
That's fucking incredible.
They are so fucking cool, man.
That's rad.
I mean, I was hella drunk when he gave them to me, so I was like, these are fucking amazing. I was like, I don't know when the fuck I'll ever wear these because these are really nice. He bought them a long time ago for himself, like a pair, and I go, yo, I remember seeing, he must have been like 16 or something, so I was, 17. I was like, hey man, I'm like, cool shoes, those are fucking really great. And he goes, thanks. And he just remembered, he's like, oh cool, I'll get you these when you do something.
Hey man, you remember like 10 years ago?
yeah. So that's what he said. He was like, hey man, I've been wanting to give you these for a while, but I felt like there had to be a good reason. You graduated, like, here you go. I was like, fucking awesome, dude. Thank you so much. So those are sick and clean as fuck. I feel really bad about like putting them on my feet because they're gonna touch the ground. And I usually don't have fancy shoes. Like I like high top Converse and Vans, and I just get them in different colors, and that's what I usually wear.
You're good to go.
They're comfortable,
Yeah.
So these got these nice shoes, and I go, I have to figure out when I can wear these, and like not all the time because
I used to be pretty into special occasion type sneakers and whatnot, and now I'm just like, no, you know what? I'm going to wear the shit that I love, and I'm going to wear it all the time. I'm just going to fucking rock it because I love it.
I feel it. I just feel bad about getting these shoes because, I mean, I have like, Sierra bought me these white Vans that I really like, and they're Velcro and stuff, and she's always saying stuff like, oh, I don't want to buy these because they're getting dirty. And I go, fuck it. I'm super stoked for these to get dirty because, like, whatever. They're Vans. Like, that's kind of just what happens to get beat up,
Yeah.
So whenever I do wear them, for a bit, I was like, I'm kind of scared about getting stepped on. And I go, fuck it. If I get stepped on, cool. They're just shoes, And Sierra's like, okay, as long as you don't get upset. She's like, I'm not going to get upset. I was like, all right, don't get upset. But my brother and my sister are both big sneakerheads, so like they love the culture of like these like really nice shoes or whatever. So if I were to like wear them every day and then they were to get stepped on, they would give me like the biggest amount of shit. So I go, okay, I'll respect your beliefs in this.
I mean, like, I totally get it, but on the other hand, I totally don't get it. Because if it's something where it's like, you are going to wear it, well, if you ever decide to wear it, that's where they're thrown out the window. Like, no fucking value anymore, because who goddamn knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's terrifying.
But, well, that's why, like, if you ever put them on your feet, you're just like, they're done. That's kind of it. As soon as they go on your feet, they're just
they lose
done.
all their value, yeah.
And because I understand, it's the same thing as like, oh, dude, I just got this fucking incredible collectible. It's this like custom edition figure. It's got like all this shit. But as soon as the box comes off, it loses all value. But it's not as cool in the box.
Exactly. No, I totally understand that feels like. I've gotten things in the box like, damn. If I just leave this box alone, it'd be good. It's like, but I gotta see it. I gotta look at it.
That's just how it is. And because I used to be a big collector for a while, and now I'm not so much a collector as I am an admirer of stuff. Yeah. I guess that's the difference. Where I just like, I fucking love Pokemon cards. I don't really give a shit if they get like
Bent
kind of beat up or anything.
Or you touch them
like,
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll still put them in the sleeves, but honestly, it's like, who gives a shit? Like if something happens, whatever.
Anyways.
Figures, I'll take them out of the box, let them get fucking dusty. You have to dust them off. Oh shit, they just lost one of their arrows. Okay, well, it looks like I got to throw it away. Who cares?
Yeah.
Not the whole figure, just, the little arrowy bow thing because it's dumb without a certain whatever. And
yeah. So that's so I got those gifts, pretty cool. And then I just ended up drinking with my brother and my dad and
same thing.
Cousin. It was great.
Well,
it was
your
a good
dad,
time.
that's like your parents.
That's my parents. That is parents. And then Monday we went to the county fair or whatever.
Yeah.
Me and Sierra did. It was a great time. I like going to the fair. We have like a routine of things we do. Like we go see the animals. We go look at the shitty art. And then like we always get like food,
Yeah.
And then we only do one ride, and it's usually the gondolas because the county fair rides like they get me sick,
Yeah.
And then I usually always try to win Sierra something. And this year I won her the biggest prize I ever won her.
What is it?
It's a dumb goat.
Yeah, it was.
That's what she wanted though.
She hasn't told me about it, but I saw it. I saw it on the internet.
Yeah. So we played like the basketball game, not the big one, like the medium one. And I made it. I was like, cool. And to, like pick whatever you want. There was a cute little corgi. She's like, I want the goat. I was like,
you silly motherfucker.
Get whatever you want, bro. That's all you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every year I go to the fair and I always say I'm not going to get the Mexican food, and every year I get the Mexican food. And it's pretty shitty. Like I always get like 2 carne asada tacos and like a ceviche tostada. And then I go, why did I do this? And I go, it's tradition. That's why I do it. And then I get a corn dog, and then I get a pickle, and then I get like something to drink or whatever.
Yeah, and you're there for a total of 1 hour.
No.
We would get all this stuff.
We were there for a long while because
a minute.
My sister came over and with her son, which is my nephew, right? And then she's like, "Do you want to hang out with them for a bit?" I was like, "Yeah." So we ended up like kicking it with them, and then he went on, played more games, and did other rides, and it was fun. It was a good time. It was Memorial Day, so it was here at the day off. So I was like, it was just nice to just kind of hang out and
it was a good family day.
Not have to worry about like have these things to do. And so it was super chill. And honestly, that's all I've been up to besides like personally or whatever.
That's fucking cool. I like the stuff you've done.
Yeah, it was a good time. I haven't really got around to watching any anime. I did watch a bunch of Haikyuu. I don't know if I mentioned it last week.
Yeah, you said that you've been watching it and catching up.
I watched a little bit more. I think I'm almost done with season 2. And then I also, while I was at work on Sunday, I wanted to watch what we were watching. Fulikuli or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to watch this. I couldn't get into it or whatever. I was like, it's something about like, I think it was because
we'll kind of talk about that in a little bit probably.
But I think it was because it was subbed. I was just like, and I was at work. I was like, I really can't focus on two things,
Been there, man.
You do that. Yeah. So I decided to go back to I must have started rewatching Brotherhood, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
I'm around like the middle or the last half of like season 2, and I was like, oh cool, I'll just pick up where I left off, and I'll just start. I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of that, and it felt really good. It's like, oh cool, I know these characters, I know the world.
Yeah, it's just an easy, comfy thing to watch.
Exactly, just kind of go, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. I still enjoy seeing it happen though. So
anime wise, I haven't watched much either.
Yeah,
Attack on Titan is one of the. I think it's probably the best show of the season right now.
I got a text from you being like, have you watched this? And I go, no. And you go, it's the best thing I've seen in anime in years. I go, whoa, okay.
Well, it's hard to say because as a whole, like this season, I don't know where any other show is going to go, but all of the journeys that we've gone on with Attack on Titan, between the first season being goddamn incredible, the female Titan just blowing our minds, the longest hiatus that I've ever had to experience.
About the hiatus, yeah.
And then season 2 coming back and being like, here's a bunch of information and here's some cool shit going on. Beast Titans? And I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is incredible. And then season 3 boots up and it's like, you know what? This is okay. and
then you go, bitch, wait for okay. And then they fucking hit you right in the fucking throat.
Well, because season 3, it starts out with like a whole bunch of and then hiatus because Attack on Titan doesn't give a fuck. And then suddenly they're like, yeah, we're still calling it season 3. Okay, guys.
Fuckers.
This second half is worth the wait. And the last 2 episodes have been just devastating. Without saying a whole lot about what goes on, we definitely get some final moments.
People be dying, dog.
And it's pretty... I would say it's very expected and unexpected.
Yeah, you were out here like, big ol' fucking scream, mouth wide open, be like, what?
I was big mouthing today. Like this morning, I woke up this morning, I dove right into Attack on Titan. I was like, you know what would be good to watch before the podcast? Attack on Titan. Everyone says it's amazing. Yeah, it was, as of this morning, the highest rated television episode on IMDb.
No shit.
Yeah, this last episode.
That's crazy.
I know. So I was like, I don't know, man. People shit's overrated.
Yeah, people exaggerate stuff, and then you watch it, and your mind gets fucking blown out the back.
And then I text everyone that I know that's watched Attack on Titan, and I'm like, "Have you guys seen the latest episode?" And you're like, "Hey, man, like I'll work on that." And then I text my other friend, I'm like, "Have you seen these?" She's like, "No, I'm 2 behind." And I'm like, "Watch them both." And she's like, "Okay, I'll text you later." And I'm like, "I'm doing the podcast, but still let me know." Mm-hmm. And she hit me up at like 7 tonight and was like, "Chris, oh my God." Oh my fucking God. And I'm like, "Did you watch one or both?" And she's like, "Both." And I'm like, "Oh my God. Oh my fucking God."
You know what's wild when you get like an episode like that, or of any show or a movie or something like that, and when you want to talk to somebody about it, and all you can say is, "Dude, can you do
right?" And that's the end.
And then
you're like, I guess I didn't really have anything to say, but like, you know that you felt that too,
like,
right?
Just no amount of words can like really describe it. But look at, yo, bro, what the fuck? And then you go,
yeah,
right?
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I totally, I've had those moments before, and that's funny that she hit you up. She's like, "Yo, Chris."
Yeah, I'm like, "Dog,
bro."
That's all that there was. That's all needed to be said. But I definitely took a screenshot while I was watching the episode. I was like, that's a really cool shot, because I felt everything happening. Mm-hmm. So I just took a little shot before a big moment, and oh man. And I realized I can't send this to anyone because it kind of tells the situation. It kind of tells like what might be happening. You can kind of guess some stuff. And she's like, "Yo, you haven't seen the new Attack on Titan? Let me just convince you with this one picture." And it's like, it seems pretty innocuous if you didn't say all of that shit. Mm-hmm. But if you said all that shit, you're like, fuck. What are you trying to tell me, bro?
Yeah, that's interesting, because
it blew my mind.
Attack on Titan was so big, when it first came out.
Oh, and,
I
season 2, the hype was there, but it was a lot less because people dropped off.
I got around to Attack on Titan late also. Like, I remember watching it all on Netflix. Like, I didn't watch it when it came out, And I was like, so that's why I feel like the wait was like, it
wasn't that bad. No, I mean, it was long.
It was still long, because I didn't care about it until they announced. I mean, once I seen it all, obviously cared. Yeah. And then they're like, "We're coming out season 2," and they fucking just kept holding it there. And then I wasn't the biggest fan of season 2, and I was like, fuck, Yeah. And so I was like, fucking season 3 better be a fucking banger. And so far it has been a banger. But I'm saying, like, I wanted to talk to other people about Attack on Titan. Obviously I can talk to you because you watch anime all the time. Yeah. But just other people, I'll bring it up, and
just in the wild.
A lot of people go like, "Oh yeah, I fell off of it," and I go, "Fuck, what a bummer, to fall off of it." And it's half it has to do with the hiatus, in the second episode. It has
to do with a lot.
Mm-hmm. So I go, like, my friend, I was like, "Look, man, like, I remember you and I talking about season 1, like gushing over it, and I know you watched a little bit of season 2. I was like, fucking keep going, man. Like, you're gonna be pretty excited, because like I'm like giddy thinking about it, So it's like, come on, dude, you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, remember that joy you felt? You could feel that again.
It exists.
Yeah, you can fucking catch that high, dog. Okay,
man,
you can get it.
I hit up my buddy Tom, and I was like, "Yo, man, have you seen any of season 3 of Attack on Titan?" He's like, "It's not on Netflix yet, right?" And I'm like, "God damn it, Tom! I think it's on Hulu." And he's like, "Well, it sucks for them. I only got Netflix." I'm like, "You son of a bitch."
Tom's a monster.
Oh, I got so mad. So yeah, I'm so relieved to finally be able to be like, "Yo, Kate, you seen this shit?"
You go,
"It's
dude,
fucking, oh, dude,
bro,
dude." So yeah, it hits that level. I'm excited for you and Sierra to watch it together. Mm-hmm. Oh fuck, it's good.
Nice.
And then I've watched a little bit of K-On! It's a cute little fun time. Azunya, she my girl.
Sometimes you just gotta watch something you know you're gonna like it.
Yeah,
just
man.
Pop it on.
Ritsu's fucking jamming. I'm down with it. Yui, who thought she would actually play music? And then Mugi, just a straight badass. Mm-hmm. Everyone forgets about what a fucking kick-ass chick she is.
Nice.
Love me, Mugi. She's great, dog.
That's dope. I'm glad that you and I technically haven't really watched anything from this season.
I watched Attack on Titan.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot to mention.
I haven't. I'm watching it with Kyle, and it's just taking time.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you forget to mention?
I forgot to mention I just watched Brightburn.
Yeah, you did. How enjoyable is it?
I enjoyed it a lot, actually. It was like, it's essentially the movie's like, what if Superman but evil, right?
Bad Superman.
And you go, oh, how fun could that be? It's pretty fun, honestly. Yeah. There's some really good shots in it.
Yeah.
The pacing was a little weird a bit. But for the most part, I'm really excited how the whole thing turned out. And I was like, nice. Like, this is a movie. This is movies for sure. Like, for like my kind of movie, my kind of shit.
Yeah.
And they had fucking Billie Eilish. Is that her name?
Yeah.
They had her song as like the outro song. And I was just like, I fucking like this song a lot.
What song? Because I like Billie Eilish.
I think is it Tough Guy or like Bad Boy or Bad Guy? You know, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fun. I'm like, in the context of the movie, this is pretty fun. I kind of get this.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. You know, there have been a lot of memes coming out lately that have been really hot and fast video memes. There was a little Simpsons one that happened where Homer runs into Bart's room and he like whispers some shit to him, and then Bart wakes up and screams, and people have been putting different dialogue there and different screams and whatnot. And then Billie Eilish came around, and I feel like it's really similar to that in that it starts out, it's her fucking song, it's that same song from the end of the movie, and then it cuts into some other clip of something, and it like starts playing like weird ass music with the Billie Eilish music, and like they're just saying weird shit. And there was one that really fucking got me recently. It was like a Super Mario Bros. One. It was from like Mario 64, and they put it in there, and it fucking rocked it. And I'm liking that meme, but only because of that single one, because all the others have been trash.
You sent me the meme of like this hamster holding a water bottle and the music playing.
Yeah.
I love it, right?
Yeah.
I pop it on every now
and
then.
It's like next level.
It makes me so happy.
It's really
I
good.
wanted to show Kyle, like other Kyle, right? So like, hey, check this out. And he goes, I got something funny for you. Like, this shit killed me. And I play it, and then he goes, oh, I've seen this. I go, oh, bummer, you know, you're not going to have that same joy. But I guess the version he saw wasn't as long as the version I saw.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw the original one.
He saw like
this one's really good.
It's like, he's like, oh, there's more to it. I was like, oh, dude, you don't even fucking know, bro. That shit's so good.
Dude, it fucking gets me every time. It's an amazing video. Let me just look up the name so that everyone could actually see it.
Yeah.
Because it's... Yeah.
By the way, watch out. I mean, if you want, if it's something interesting, it is rated R. It's a little gruesome. Check out Brightburn. I think it's worth the watch. And if you didn't like it, my bad. I mean, sorry to lead you astray.
I
mean, I'd like
always do this shit.
The thing is, like, when I like a movie, I always want it to do well, right? Because it's like, cool. Like, the person, I enjoyed it, and if it makes enough money for the person who made it, it's like, they didn't have to make a lot, just enough for it to be like worth something, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's something worse than you liking a movie that technically bombed. You know, you go, oh man, like, yeah, I liked it, but like as a whole, society decided this was trash for some reason.
And boy, is it.
Yeah, and you go, damn, that feels pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to find this stupid video, by the way. Okay. Because I'm like, very recently, Reddit changed their algorithm for the top posts. It's called Hammy Boy with an E V2 dash new and improved. Highly recommend everyone watches it. It's not just one of those like your mom's gonna laugh at it memes. It's like a next level animal meme. It's like, whew, it's up there, boys.
Yeah, it could save the world, honestly.
Oh yeah, it probably could. Probably did. Yeah, but anyways, Reddit changed all their bullshit, so you can't look at like the top things of the week, which is usually how I get my news, because there's a lot of anime news that comes out, but most of it is just like, look at these new pictures, and like, this person's working on this thing, and a lot of really small things that are good, but only if you know about that shit already. And there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people do happen to know about, and those are usually the ones that I'll talk about, because I'm like, I don't really know what Dr. Stone is, but it seems like there's a lot of people talking about it.
People are really excited for that.
And as more and more stuff comes out, the more excited I get, because I'm able to see it. And there is some pretty cool looking character designs and world building and whatnot that you could tell goes into this just from what they've already kind of put out. But yeah, for the most part, I would have never looked at any Dr. Stone shit if it wasn't for people being like, yo.
I read some of it. Kyle was telling me about the manga. I was like, I'll check it out, right? It's interesting.
I was thinking about it,
I like the art style. And then it got announced to be an anime. I was like, cool, don't have to fucking read it anymore. I'll just watch the anime. It's all good. They'll take care of it for me. So yeah, but I do get what you're saying. Like, there's so much anime news, but some of it's really niche, and it's just like, hey, fucking this specific show from like 2 years ago got a pachinko machine, and you go, all right, cool.
Yeah, there's tons of shit like that. It's like, this new fighter in this specific fighting game introduces a character from this thing. And it's like, cool, never heard of that fighting game, though. So, like, not going to say anything.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, oh, shit, so many people have heard of it. I really should have said something. So this week's news is brought to you by the shit that people care about that I could find that I'm like, people care about this. And that's it.
Let's go to the news, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to get into the news. All right, let's start out with everyone's favorite, A Silent Voice, along with Kakegurui XX, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Anohana, and a bunch more are coming to Netflix in June. So they're going to be dropping progressively in June. Aren't you happy that you get to watch A Silent Voice at home?
So fucking
in bed?
Oh my god! I'm
Netflix?
So excited. You own
on
that
your iPad? Yeah, I do.
You can watch it. You see, you got all that monies, and you can afford this fucking precious thing. I can't afford A Silent Voice.
I can't just go over to somebody's house. I can't go over to my grandma's and be like, "Hey, you ever heard of A Silent Voice? Here, check this shit out," and pop it on Netflix. But now, next month, I can.
Wow, those are really good shows too.
Yeah.
Is the Kakegurui the second season that's coming out?
Yeah. So finally, that's coming out, and we'll be able to talk about that for a minute
Next month.
Yeah. So in a few weeks. Yeah.
That's you know what? Fuck it. That's the best news I've heard. There's so many things I want to watch.
Finally getting there. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. That's great.
So good shit. And then maybe we'll eventually review Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Now it's on Netflix. Maybe. So some other shit. This is some weird shit that you and I definitely wouldn't have cared about. But guess what? Other people fucking do.
Is it Fate related?
No.
Okay.
But SSSS.Gridman is getting a second TV airing in Japan. So they were like, "Hey, we really like that show." And they're like, "You want to see it again?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
They're gonna just
airing it. Yeah, immediately. Like the second season, it's coming back.
You know,
so
when I was at what's it called, that fucking CGC, what was it called? The game developer company? GDC. Thank you. When I was at GDC, I ran into a few people talking about anime. They fucking loved SSSS.Gridman or whatever. They were like really about it. And I'm like, I didn't really see the appeal. You know, it was okay in my opinion.
Yeah,
but this show has mad love.
Apparently, it grew at like some point that was far too late for me, because honestly, it's a very Monster of the Week feely with like. We're just like Power Ranger kids. But we don't really matter. And people eat that shit up.
Oh, yeah. Though. People resonate with that. I think also, I don't know if this is also a bit of part of the news. I also saw something on our Instagram saying that it also is going to they're doing.
Hey, man, this is a part of the news. So check it out. So after that was announced that they're airing the season once again in Japan, because people were like, we fucking like it. They were like, well, would you also like a stage play adaptation? How about a manga adaptation? And what do you know? Spinoffs. How about in the form of mangas and novels? Because you get in that, motherfuckers.
That's super cool, because this is
it's a lot of stuff.
I think Gridman's a thing that's been in the past, but this specific thing is like it's Trigger, right?
Trigger,
it's like Trigger just wrote it, right? They're like, here we go. This is so there's no like this. The source material for this is very like thin. It's just like Gridman's a thing. So now they're gonna make it specifically into manga and a stage play and novels. I'm like, great for people who likes this shit. Fucking good for you guys. If only our High School Host Club could get that much love. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Is that your next piece of news?
My next piece of news is Goblin Slayer related.
Nice.
So Goblin Slayer Goblin's Crown is going to be a special theatrical episode that's going to be released in 2020. So essentially there are select theaters in Japan that are going to be airing it when it does come out. And then eventually maybe we'll get to see it. Cool. But the idea of it's not a theatrical movie.
It's just like an OVA.
It's like an OVA for theaters.
Cool.
Which is weird. It's cool. I'm excited about it. It could be like a long episode. It could be like an hour or something.
Or just like a regular, like, here's 24 minutes. Here you go.
Who fucking knows?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Goblin Slayer.
Another episode, the beach episode of Goblin Slayer. So who fucking knows what's going to happen? But thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then some American news for y'all. The live action Akira is being done by Warner Bros. Studios, and it has a release date of May 21st, 2021.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so we got to wait 2 months almost exactly.
Yeah.
Or 2 years almost exactly. Wow, I don't know what I'm talking about. Time is an illusion and all that.
We've talked about this a while because I think with Duncan it came up again, right?
Yeah.
We've never reviewed Akira on the show. I've seen it. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've seen it. We've never just talked about it on the show.
It's one of those ones that I watched such a long time ago while I was kind of discovering anime, you know?
Yeah, it's on that list of things.
It's romanticized by so many people.
Yeah.
And I know it holds up. I'm just scared of it, man, because people have it's like stronger than Cowboy Bebop to me. Because Cowboy Bebop, people are like, oh man, it's fucking great though. But there's never like a lot of backup from people. It's just like, but it's so fucking good. I'm like, yeah, the music's fucking jamming. They got cool characters, cool shit's going on. Not for me.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like you can say something about Akira and then like you say the wrong thing and people are on your ass. I get what you're saying.
It's not even worth it. And I remember it so much differently because it's been such a long time that when the live action comes out, we will definitely, if we're still alive, we'll definitely be doing it.
We might get Duncan on that too. Duncan was like, "Oh, whenever you guys do Akira," and we're like, "Well, Duncan, the way we do those movies is like we have to have something relevant come up, you know?
Yeah,
that's how we did Ghost in the Shell, right?
Yeah."
And I was like, if the live action one, whenever it comes out, because we've known this has been slated somewhere. Like people have been wanting to make this movie for a long time. At one point, like there's been like rumors that Jake Gyllenhaal was involved with it, or Zac Efron was involved with it, or Jared Leto was involved with it. But you know, things always change and things. So I did see this in the news about hearing like there is a for sure definitive date on when it's going to happen. I don't have no clue who is, you know, in it and who's directing it. Because at one point I think I even heard
or something.
Yeah, I heard that like Jordan Peele might be a part of it, you know, and I was like, cool, he's a fan or whatever, you know.
Turns out it's directed by Michael Cera now.
So all we know is that it's coming out for sure, which is cool. Good. I'm excited to see it. I mean, if it's anything like Battle Angel Alita, I'm fucking down.
Battle Angel Alita was
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. It kicked the fuck out of Valerian and City of a Billion Stars or whatever.
And the fuck out of Ghost in the Shell. I want if the Akira comes out, I want more of that, less of those other two, you know, like
but also like give me something else too.
But way better, right? Yeah. You know, like do a good job. Don't fuck this up.
No.
And if you do fuck it up, cool. We'll just shit on it on the podcast.
Like, all right, that just means that we're gonna really, really let them know how shitty they are.
For sure, that's cool. Good news.
So that's pretty much the news this week. Just because I don't know what the fuck's out there, and you know what? Here's a couple of things. So
cool.
You like it? Good.
So yeah, let's talk about this week's topic.
Fine. Okay. So y'all know what Fooly Cooly is? Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Well,
that's it.
That was our episode. So we're talking about Fooly Cooly, progressive and alternative. I can't even talk right now. Mm-hmm. It's made by a few different studios for each season because these are each 6-episode seasons. They are technically a sequel to the original Fooly Cooly, which was made like 20 years ago or some shit like that. So progressive studios were Production IG, who made Eden of the East, Haikyuu, Attack on Titan, stuff like that. And then Signal.MD made Out of the Beginning and Recovery of an MMO Junkie, and then Production Goodbook, which made Sarusuberi, Miss Hokusai. Don't know what that is, but they sure made it. And then Fooly Cooly Alternative was also made by Production IG, and it was also made by the studio Nut, who made Saga of Tanya the Evil, and Revoroot, who made Babylon. So, you know, first season, you have a lot of people that are working on it that are clearly fucking good. They've got this huge backlog of things and just all these different people to draw from, all these different studios to really put in their best effort, right?
Yeah.
Second season, alternative, seems like there's only a couple. Nut had just made Saga of Tawny the Evil. Nobody really knew much about what they were capable of yet. Revoroot making like a music video and a TV show from a while ago.
Yeah.
Weird people to kind of
get on the job.
Anyways, my opinion of Fooly Cooly progressive and alternative is flip-flopped. So progressive, even though they had all these people backing them with some like history, with some well-renowned things,
Yeah.
Alternative, people who made one thing that people really liked. And then Production IG, of course, has like a ton of really good shit. And Revoroot, they did it.
Yeah. I think
they did it good.
I think maybe because Fooly Cooly is such like a you know, huge thing for anime. Everybody knows about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
If you don't know about it, you've for sure heard about it, or if you know, it's something you've seen. Or it's a staple.
A quick synopsis of the original Fooly Cooly is: there's a kid who feels no direction in life. He's pretty apathetic, and he's essentially learning what it's like to go through like puberty and kind of become an adult in a really bizarre kind of. I want to say like esoteric kind of way where you don't fully grasp each little thing that they're doing while being bombastic and surreal, giving you references to different TV shows and video games, making really quick jokes and just being out of this fucking world with animation styles and with sequences that really come together in a very positive, insane way.
For sure.
The music is a heavily emphasized part of this whole thing too. Yeah. So they put a lot of effort into, hey, check out this song. Like now that there's a cool song that's taken like the forefront of the show, you know that some shit's about to go down. Either a big conversation that's going to result in like characters learning a little bit about each other, or there's going to be a giant fight or something. There's a lot of emphasis on the music. Plus, they throw in guitars and shit as one of the main features. Mm-hmm. That's Fooly Cooly, the first season in a nutshell.
Like the original one, yeah.
So we're going to talk about progressive first, and then we're going to talk about alternative.
For sure, yeah.
All right, so take us away.
So, wait, Progressive
is the first iteration with the girl with the headphones.
Okay, cool. So that's the in quotation second season or whatever.
Second season.
So yeah, so in Progressive, I mean, you were saying the list of all the like the studios they got on it. Mm-hmm. I think maybe what might have happened is that there was like a lot of like hands in the pot or whatever. A lot of people cooking it together. Maybe they put all these like really heavy hitters to be like, we have to not fuck this up, right? Mm-hmm. Like this has to be Fooly Cooly, has to be amazing.
And you know what? And so when it opened up, they were like, we're gonna open up differently, but you're gonna be like, oh, that's right, Fooly Cooly does this shit sometimes.
Sure. So I feel like maybe because they had they got all these bomb studios and stuff, like they thought like this would be to its benefit, right? Like we have to make sure that this is the first thing you're gonna see and people are gonna love it. And I didn't like hate it by any means.
No, it lost my interest.
Yeah.
I kept watching because I'm like, maybe though.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Yeah. We go, well, it's Fooly Cooly. I'll keep watching, right?
Yeah.
And I think maybe to the benefit of season 2 or whatever, the season 3, right? You go, well, there's less people, still okay. They do okay things, right? And maybe because there was less of them, they just did a more cohesive job of making something that like I really enjoyed, right?
Yeah. I thought the alternative was pretty great.
Yeah. I mean, Progressive again, not bad by any means. It's just, I didn't enjoy it as much as the other one.
I feel like I appreciate alternative more having seen Progressive though, because it's such a different style of show. Yeah. So anyways, tell us about Progressive, where it opens with the girl in her dream sequence where she's decomposing and becoming like a zombie.
So Progressive, I mean, you were saying that, it aired on Toonami first. And I watched this is the reason why I watched this dub, is because Toonami's like, we're doing Fooly Cooly, it's coming out every week, it's going to be dubbed 6 episodes, like cool, fuck yeah, this sounds like I want to watch this is where I'm watching it. It wasn't on Crunchyroll, it wasn't on anything else. So it starts off and it's like this really dark, gloomy thing, and it was really confusing.
It's like black and white,
and I go, am I watching the right show? Like it almost felt like it was like the art was just really like intense and stuff, and I go, I have no clue what's going on, right? And that's kind of like par for the course. That
takes you back to Fooly Cooly.
That's kind of Fooly Cooly. You go,
I don't know what's going on, and that's a Fooly Cooly thing, so I'm in it, I guess.
And then after this whole dream sequencing thing, because it is a dream sequence, right? She's having a bad dream.
Yeah.
We wake up and get introduced to her characters, and I go, okay, cool. We're back in this more realistic world or whatever. We go, cool. The animation, like the style of the art, like it really like tones down. It goes, okay, cool. Now I'm in this real world, and we get to see our main character, and she's this girl with like those cat ear headphones, right? And she lives with their mom in a cafe, and she seems really like quiet and reserved or whatever. And I go, okay, cool. This is our main character.
She's kind of like gloomy Gus, and you get that her dream, like she's kind of edgy and whatnot.
It's a real like I guess it's like kind of like almost giving us like a kind of a peek of our main character from the original Fooly Cooly, who was this boy who was like, didn't really know what he was doing with his life or whatever. So now we get this girl, which I thought was super cool. It's like, cool.
I loved that it opens with a girl.
Our main character is not a guy anymore. I was like, great. Now I can like, because that was a huge thing when I was watching Fooly Cooly, the original one. I was like, wow, I totally know what it's like to be a guy going through like puberty and trying to become what is a man or whatever, become an adult. And I was like, so I really connect with me. So I was like, cool, this is a different thing,
totally different.
Girls go through this similar thing, but it's obviously different. So I was like, this is interesting. I'm really interested to see where this fucking goes, right? And she's going to school, and we introduced to different characters and stuff.
There's like a group of boys.
Yeah, there's a group of boys, and we have like our main boy who like has like big old eyebrows and big old glasses or whatever, and he seems really, he's like a skinny. He's not that big or whatever.
No, he seems kind of like a dork, but like also like he knows that he's not like the nerdiest, dorkiest person.
And I, for some reason, you just know like, that's our main boy right there.
Yeah, that's clearly our main boy, because the other two, one of them is more reserved and kind of like, I don't know, he doesn't have that look.
Yeah. He's handsome though. He's like tan, he
looks good, but he
full lips. So I was like, ooh, nice. I'm like, nice design. It's one thing I always like about Fooly Cooly is like the character design is like, it's not just that cookie cutter bullshit. It's just like, cool, you guys, push the boundaries. And we get the fucking third boy, big old roundy.
He's like next level obnoxious character.
Yeah, like blonde hair, thick glasses. He's literally wearing a skirt. And like a shirt has like a kitten on it or something like that. And our guy's like, yo, why the fuck you wearing a skirt? It's like, hey man, fucking
it's 2019.
Yeah, it's 2019 or whatever. Like, be a little more progressive or whatever. Or like, be, you know, this isn't.
It's unisex.
It's unisex. This is in fashion right now. And I go, okay, cool. This is the guy, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is with this show is like, you kind of never really know when what's her face is going to show up. What's her name? Haruko, right? Who is, you know, a reoccurring character from Fooly Cooly.
Which, you know, like,
she's gonna show up. You don't have
the main character, but it's Fooly Cooly. She was the whole plot.
Yeah, pink haired, you know, fucking bass guitar, you know, Vespa riding chick. She's an alien, which, right?
She's an alien. She's in love with the Pirate King.
Yeah, which, when you say it out loud, it just sounds so stupid, right? You go like, yeah, this is the plot. And you go, yeah, that's the plot though. Like, it's
essentially like basic urges to impress somebody who's never going to be impressed.
For sure. So she is in the school. She has fucking weaseled her way to being the new substitute teacher or the replacement teacher. And she feeds off this gloomy girl, right? She's like, oh, whatever's going on inside your body, all these hormones, all these thoughts, all these ideas, I need that because that's what's going to make, you know, that's what's going to attract the fucking Pirate King or whatever. That's what I'm going to need.
Because she could use that energy and hone it into something else.
Something completely different, right?
Yeah. Essentially, it's some Fooly Cooly bullshit.
Yeah.
Puberty, emotions, hormones, all that shit is just Fooly Cooly bullshit.
Yeah.
If you think of it like that, then all of Fooly Cooly kind of makes sense.
For sure. And so this first season, I think that's something that kind of led to me not like, I don't know. I'm not going to say caring, just not enjoying it as much because I was watching it and everything was just off the walls and fucking bouncing off everything. And I go, I get it. I know what you're doing. I know this is your Fooly Cooly bullshit, right? But it's too much, man. I was just like,
Can I make a comparison
for sure,
real quick? For a lot of people that just watched it on Netflix, they all checked out Big Mouth, right?
Yeah.
Big Mouth is a show about some kids going through puberty in junior high. There's a puberty monster. And instead of being like, yeah, this is kind of what it's like, no, this is in your face and you can't get away from it.
It's like aggressive.
It's really intense. Like, we're not holding back with these jokes. This is specifically what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like Fooly Cooly Progressive forgot what Fooly Cooly was, having a little bit more subtlety behind it. Not necessarily a ton, like you could be in your face or whatever.
Yeah.
The horn is a pretty big indication of being horny and going through puberty that way.
Or whatever, yeah.
Exactly. Totally get that. But Progressive felt like it was so goddamn in your face. It's like, all right, you're moody, you're clearly hormonal. Watch some fucking porn in front of these other kids. And like,
yeah.
I don't know. I felt like at that point I was like, well, episode 1, you don't know this character yet. You're making them watch porn in front of a class.
Yeah.
This is too in your face. I get that it's Fooly Cooly, but it's too in your face for Fooly Cooly, I think.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, great. You guys totally did it. You guys fucking nailed it. You guys are doing all the things that are taboo and talking about sex, like, you know, the way you should, right? Because this is what this is all about. This is the discovery of one's body and oneself and becoming a woman or a man.
But where was the discovery there?
Exactly. I'm saying, like, that's what they thought, like, cool. So they just cranked the knob and then broke it. I was like, oh man, come on.
Like, discovery, got it. So we are already discovered.
Hey, how about,
no, you go through the process. Like, yep, I got it. We're there.
And I go, oh, okay. So the thing is, there was no tact behind it. It was very ham-fisted. It was very like in your face. And I go, oh, okay. And every episode kind of felt like that. Every episode felt like there was bits in the episodes or pieces of dialogue that for sure enjoyed it, or like animations that like are really fucking.
Well, the animation stands alone. Like if we're judging this all off of animation, holy shit, what top-notch animation! Like, you start out with this girl decomposing as she's walking. It looks beautiful. It looks visceral and disgusting and just great. And then you go into like the more ridiculous animations. You go into the teacher having like googly eyes and whatnot. And you're like, okay, yeah, that looks really good too. And then you fucking jump to the end and literally everything in a scene is moving and it's like animation overload and it feels good.
Yeah.
This is new. This is fresh. This is something that I haven't seen before because you have such a weird world that you're pulling everything from. And it feels so it's just I don't know. It's vibrant. It's alive. It's invigorating to watch this. But the writing,
it just didn't work right. It was just like it just didn't mesh that well. I know that like specifically for me, I think it was episode like I think it was 5 or 6.
Yeah.
No, it was before that. So it was 4 or 5.
Okay.
And I think this is the episode where the boy gets absorbed by the girl, and like she's left with this weird husk of a body, and it wants water or whatever.
Right.
That entire episode, you could tell a different studio picked it up because everything was like the way it was drawn, the edges on things, the lining on things, where it's like it was like, oh, this fucking feels like beautiful, right?
They give it to different studios, different teams, different directors. And I love that. That was something that they did in the first season too. Back in original Fooly Cooly, they had that whole episode that was like very South Parky for a while.
Yeah.
And like it definitely drew references from other things. And that's because it was a different director that was like, let's just have fun. This is the Shin-chan portion of it. This is like this. It was cool seeing that they did that.
And in that specific episode, they do the thing where like, she's having her like in every episode she has one of those like those
she overflows
sequence thingies or whatever. It's obviously done by different.
Sometimes it opens that way.
So for the first few, it kind of opened that way. And this one, we see it later, and everything goes really back to like basics, kind of like a manga. Everything's like black and white and drawn really like like a classic manga would be. And it's her, and it's not even animated. It's just kind of, it almost feels like storyboards,
shot
right?
By shot. Yeah. And they did that in the original Fooly Cooly too. So that was a really good callback that was done insanely well.
I loved that episode. I was like, I really, really fucking liked. And she does a thing where like she is confronting her mother. She has like abandonment issues.
She has some issues.
Yeah, like
and
her father left, right? And she doesn't know why.
And this is the thing that I think that the show did really well when it finally came to the end. She has these issues. They never felt like they were kind of the forefront of the story, but I feel like at the end they were like, hey guys, that was actually the whole story.
Yeah.
That was what you were supposed to be paying attention to this whole time. And I'm like, I feel misled, and I feel like you guys are trying to be smart, but I honestly feel like it would have been much better for you to be like, we don't really have a direction, and to be like really subtle about it that way, instead of be like, here's the direction, just kidding. Because I felt like the whole time they were leading you on, just being like, we need those fucking emotions. You two got to smash. If you don't, then we're fucked.
It looks like they did a thing where, growth is important in these kind of stories, right? Okay, so here's your issue. Go through some shit. What comes out of the other end, right? For this one, it was like, here's some issues throughout the entire thing, and at the very end, we go, yeah, she's fine, right? Yeah. It was like, because that's what it felt like, right? In that episode, like we see this huge like fucking coming to heads of like her confronting her mother, being like, how could you give up on the cafe, and we're here for dad, and all this shit.
And her mom gives a really good fucking reason.
Yeah, and and it's just this whole thing, and I go, oh, it's great. And then you kind of come to the end and like, oh, everything's kind of okay. She's still kind of a gloomy Gus. But she's kind of
essentially they said like the two things left over from your dad were the cafe and your headphones.
And they both get fucked.
Yeah, so the cafe, it's done. Yeah. Whatever. The mom's doing it kind of like to move on. And she specifically says these are the two last things of your dad. And then we haven't really talked about it, but the robot from the original Fooly Cooly is back. And he crushes her headphones while she's wearing them. And that's the signal that she's like, oh, that's right. Dad's kind of a piece of shit for leaving us, and I shouldn't be holding on to him anymore. And it destroys that last piece that was holding her back. And then all of her emotions and stuff overflow. And then it's a really positive thing in the end because she was able to overcome those emotions instead of let them overwhelm her.
Exactly. So she, there's a positive growth, right? But at the end, they still just back at the cafe, it's everything's broken to shit, but they're still serving coffee in maids' outfits. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess, right? Her and her boy are holding hands. I go, yeah, fine. That's just how I felt about the thing. I mean, like the battles by the end were super dope. Like the way that shit ended, I was like,
it was incredible. Cool. They threw in some other interesting characters along the way. We got a girl who was pretending to be like a girlfriend that was like a pay for me to be your girlfriend service type thing. That turned out that she was a pivotal point in this whole journey of, hey, we're trying to trick you and Haruko, and there's a bigger thing going on here. And then there was the team behind that was like, it was essentially like the eyebrows guy and his whole thing from the first season.
Absolutely. It's like, so kind of like in the original Fooly Cooly, there's always the issue as it was a machine mechanic or something like that. They have the irons, and their goal is to flatten the earth. The earth, right? So this show is no different. We see the iron; it's there. It's a huge part of the thing.
It hits us up the first episode.
There's obviously some other group who knows what the iron thing is, and they're trying to like defeat it. And it's super weird. They at one point they like start up an amusement park and they kind of make all these kids show up in couples and they collect all their frustration and use it to fight this iron only to get fucked over, right? And like again, there's that subplot. Like there's other things going on.
It takes a little bit to get there,
but they're
there. We also have this chick that's essentially Haruko's rival.
Yeah,
and she's like the American version of Haruko. Yeah, I think
she's kind of also Haruko. Like she's like a piece of her or whatever.
Exactly. So she's like a really intense, edgy version. She drives her car, which is like this top-down Cadillac,
from the backseat.
She drives it from the backseat.
Scares the fuck out of me.
She just puts her arms back up, and you talked about having dreams like this, and you hate
dream,
them. Yeah. But she could just do whatever, and she fucking slams it that way. Haruko has her Vespa. They each have instruments. I think that hers is a guitar, and Haruko's is the bass. It's essentially parallels between these characters that are so similar, but they're not the same.
Yeah, they come to blows, and then I think Haruko kind of wins. And I was kind of surprised when she ended up like getting devoured. I was like, oh, she's gone? I liked her or whatever, only for her to kind of come in the end because what's his name? I don't know what his name is.
The boy.
The king guy, the pirate king shows up.
I'm
something with A.
I'm a tusk
or whatever. He shows up and Haruko tries to I think Haruko tries like either she's obsessed with him and loves him, but I think she loves his power, right? Because he's just so strong, right?
Yeah.
And she wants that. Like, she wants to be a part of him or her.
She just wants to be involved with him and wants to be noticed. It's notice me, senpai, like hardcore.
And in this last episode, she like tries really hard and she like punches him and like the blows don't land or whatever. They hug and they embrace and she's like, she kind of feels really like vulnerable, right? In this section, I was like, oh my God, like, never really seen her like that because all she is like this fucking spark plug and she does whatever the fuck she wants to get whatever the fuck she wants, and she's evil sometimes but she's also not evil. So it's just like, so seeing this I was like, oh, what a nice like little section of like, wow, she also has emotions and I get it,
So the first episode and the last two episodes are totally different. And that's kind of what it comes to. It feels like I didn't get there in the right way. I'm happy with what happened in the end, but I don't like what happened along the way, which is the opposite about how I feel about some things. And then originally I watched it dubbed for both of the seasons, and watching it subbed, I liked it a lot. I think that our main character's voice, she was better in Japanese, I thought, but Haruko can go both ways. English and Japanese, fucking amazing. The English dubs for these are fucking sick, dude. So if you watch them, like, you're in for pretty much just as good a show. I just happen to be a little bit biased because I feel like I'm so used to that animation with Japanese voices now that unless it's top notch, like Haruko, even if it's good,
you can pass on it.
It doesn't hit that same level of a good Japanese dub to me.
I mean, to finish off with Progressive is, I mean, I liked it. It was fine. It wasn't the best thing in the world.
It's not something that I would recommend to people unless I'm like, hey, please watch both of these.
Yeah, you a huge Fully Cooley fan, you watch these, obviously. But it goes without saying. The music, the animation's fucking amazing.
So good.
Right? It's just like, the thing is, like, I'm not the hugest fan of, like, music. I mean, it's there, it's cool, it's fine. But these shows, I'm just like, I catch myself, fucking singing the theme song or being like, that fucking outro is good, or the intros or whatever.
One of the things that I love about the outro of Progressive is that it comes in before the episode's over. And it feels so good. You just hear the guitar start and you're like, okay, we're ending here.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
Yeah. So on those 2 points, great. The over the top Fully Cooliness was like a little much, I feel like.
It was, but
hey, it is what it is, right?
So we got through it. It provided us some cool animation.
When I finished watching Progressive right at the very end, they showed a little clip of actually Alternative, because I guess I must have been watching it on my DVR or my thing, and so as of right now, Alternative is on Crunchyroll with the sub, right? In September the actual dub comes out for it on Toonami, so that's why they're waiting on that, because like
I thought I watched it dubbed already.
I don't know. I mean, it's airing on Toonami dubbed on Toonami is what I'm saying, in September.
They're doing it again? Interesting.
Well, it hasn't aired. You bought it, right? You bought it on Prime or whatever.
Yeah.
But it hasn't aired on TV yet.
I thought that it had aired on Toonami. That's why. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's wild.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I saw. I was like, cool. I guess I'll watch alternative dub whenever I get around to it. Because I ended up watching it subbed, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah. It was good.
My biggest fear of it going into it was I remember trying to watch the original Fooly Cooly
and it
sub.
was too fast.
And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
This is insane. Way too fast. You know?
I think that alternative is a great flow. You don't have to worry about missing things in each scene because it's a TV show. Mm-hmm. It's not Fooly Cooly, but it's like if Fooly Cooly was a TV show.
Yeah, we talked
instead of being an experience and an anomaly in the fucking anime world.
Exactly.
This is the Antarctica girls of Fooly Cooly. Which is a place further in the universe.
Yeah. So absolutely. So what it was is like I was like, hey, if Fooly Cooly was made today, right? You know, without the OG Fooly Cooly, it's like, it's like a good show and it has Fooly Cooly in it. Like, cool. It's like, you know, it looks great. You know, the writing's great. The voice acting's great. The music's great. The animation's great. Like, I'm like,
this is the crossover we always wanted.
I was like, nice. This is, I'm like, I'm sitting there and be like, I don't know what I'm in for. I just got done with, you know, fucking all of Progressive. And I go, oh, I'm chilling, boy. I can watch this.
Episode 1 starts out and you're like, okay, let me just get comfy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down because I watched them all today. I was like, I have to watch 6 of these. Fuck, I'm gonna lose my mind. And I go, I can't wait to watch 6 of these. This is fucking great. So the story's for sure different in this one, right? Like,
fortunately, instead of focusing on hormones and emotions and like the different kind of experiences that you go through, coming of age style. Mm-hmm. This is a very different coming of age, which I feel like is a story that's so seldom explored in any kind of media, be it anime or Western television and movies. They are going for friendship and the different ties that we have to people and the different growth that we all go through. Mm-hmm. And are we still going to be friends through everything? Yeah.
That, and then, the other like thing that is touched upon more is like, what am I going to do with my life? Right. Like where I'm going.
That one is always explored in Japanese. It's always, a little bit in American media.
And I feel like, the friendship bit was great. You know, I was like, oh, cool. It's just girls being friends, right?
Yeah.
It just is it boys support boys? Bro, girls support girls. Though.
Girls support girls. You know? Moms support moms. Absolutely. Boys support moms. It's everyone.
So it was really nice to see like, cool. It's not about them being turned on. It's not about them, you know, learning about their body. It's like, oh, just them being friends.
Episode 1, what do? They have a little project that they decided to do together. They build a bottle rocket.
Yeah, they do. I was sitting there like, am I watching Fooly Cooly? I was like, is this happening?
I like how the first one, you're like, am I watching Fooly Cooly? This is some weird shit. What the fuck is going on?
And this one's like,
I understand everything that's going on. Am I watching Fooly Cooly?
Absolutely, man. That's how it felt. I was sitting there. So in this one, we get introduced to our main character, and she, again, another girl. Great. Mm-hmm. I was like, cool, nice.
So like, keep it up.
Changing it up, right?
Yeah. So you did the right thing this time. Last time, you put a focus on a boy and a girl, but primarily the girl. This time, girls.
Yeah, so our main character's a girl. She's got like some twisted headphones, you know, she's got like a hair clip, and she's like
a normal girl.
She's a normal person. She's not like over sexualized. She's not like chibi. She's like just a high school student.
Yeah.
Her body looks the way a high school student should look. She's 17.
It's
like
fucking awesome. Nice. I love it. They're just like, this is a person, man.
And she meets her other friend, Pets, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, cool. Also just a girl. They have another friend who is a big old round mountain. And I love her.
She's great.
She's just this
she's
big
pretty
chick.
Intense.
Yeah. And
she's great.
She knows what she's about. She's like, she has like a handful of snacks. She's just devouring shit. It's like, I don't know what you're doing here yet, but I'm fucking with it. Like, you're dope.
You got big vibes.
Yeah, bro. You strong. And then we get introduced to the pretty girl of the group, and she's just a very attractive high school student. But again, it's also not like overly sexualized. It's not like
they're all pretty playful about it. Honestly,
they're all pretty like, hey, cool. These all look like normal people.
Yeah,
you know, and they're just a group of friends, and they're like, we're going to school, and I think they're doing the questions like, what are you doing after school? They have to fill out this form, and they go, fuck that. Let's go to our chill spot, drink fucking Dr. Pip or whatever. And then like the bigger girl starts like cutting it up and doing stuff like, what are we making? Bottle rockets. And they all start like throwing ideas, and they go,
hell yeah, let's do some drawing, let's put it together, let's go to the store.
Like, this thing's way tiny, bro. Let's fucking make it big. And so then they make a huge bottle rocket. It's massive, and they go, nice. And they go, it's done. They go, we haven't decorated it yet. I was like, oh, they haven't decorated it yet. And so then they decide to decorate it. And it's just like, oh, this is dope. They decorated. They drew out the pictures. They fucking tinsel.
This is Fooly Cooly. We're like 12 minutes into Fooly Cooly right now.
Like, what's going on, man? Where the fuck's the robot? Where's the guitar? And
then it hits itself with that halfway point. It's like Fooly Cooly, and they go like, yes, Fooly Cooly.
So they finish their bottle rocket, and they're like, nice. We're gonna fucking make it go to space or whatever, and like it's gonna be great. And then a fucking giant pin from the sky falls into their clubhouse, like a Google Maps pin, and destroys the fuck out of their fucking bottle rocket, their fucking chill spot, which is like a rundown like community center or whatever.
And then you finally get pulled back out, and you're like, Fooly Cooly, got it. That's why they said it like 2 seconds ago, because we're in it now, boys.
And Haruko shows up, and she's just like, oh, fuck, this is the pin.
And you heard her voice in Japanese now.
Yeah, it's good.
And what do you think? Like, compared to English, they're very similar, but different.
They do the thing where, I guess I noticed it more in the English one, because she ends up saying something that's not a word, right? She has a sound effect or whatever. And in English, it's way more noticeable. I go, oh, there it is.
She was doing it in the Japanese version.
She does.
And it's cool, because if you're familiar with her doing that little thing, she does it.
I know she does. She
feels,
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember like watching like the OG ones, like, oh, I know she does that, but I'm like, oh man, it doesn't bug me as much. But her voice actor it's fucking Haruko. Like it's
crazy.
It's great.
They're both really, really nasally, and they sound so similar. Like the fact that that's how she originally sounded, and then they got an English voice actress, and she was like,
I could do that. Yeah,
I'm doing that.
Yeah,
and she became Haruko.
They killed it. So yeah. So
that's the thing. That's what puts these dubs above other dubs, is that when you listen to them in Japanese and English, and you're like, yeah, these are the same people. Yeah, that's fucking incredible.
You don't really lose anything, because it's for sure like an attention to details. They go, cool, we want her to sound like this. Can you do it? And they go, yeah. As opposed to, I'll just read my lines and you guys fucking figure it out, right? So yeah,
because like I mean, Haruko in English too. One last little note about this is, she's distinct in English compared to her Japanese version, but they are the same people. So it's interesting to be like, yeah, this isn't exactly the same, but like this is the same.
Yeah.
And I really, really appreciated that. Like, you could tell the tics better in English, her like saying the same not real word over and over and just making weird sounds and whatnot.
Absolutely. And, and I like the Japanese one. I almost felt like I didn't change it. Like I was like, oh, I know I watched this dubbed, and then now I'm watching it subbed, and I'm like, cool, it's still the same person. It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So she shows up and she starts doing her stuff. She starts beating the shit out of something with the guitar after, I think she kicks our new main character in the head or whatever.
Yeah, they always got to have a head injury. Injured. Yeah.
And then she pulls out a guitar, right? I think it's she pulls out, I don't know if she pulls out the guitar then or later, but she pulls out a really nice guitar. It's like a Mustang something, she says. Or whatever.
She always pulls out some insane guitar from these characters' heads. Yeah. Like there was a Gibson SG in the first one, and then it was like a double-necked Gibson by the end of it or some shit like that.
She got super powered. Yeah. So the show becomes Fooly Cooly, and she beats the shit out of this monster. Our main character and her 3 friends are just like, oh, fuck. Our bottle rockets. What do we do?
Yeah.
And then fucking, I think Haruko does something like, oh man, they broke, like after defeating the monster, she goes, oh fuck, they destroyed your bottle rocket. Fucking rebuild it. What's the big fucking deal? And she goes, oh, we can rebuild it, right? And I was like, oh nice. I love this version of Haruko or whatever. Like this I was like,
girls support girls.
She has so much more words of wisdom as opposed to just she's also an evil deviant that does all these weird things.
She's doing it for a reason, and she knows that being smart with these people is much better than being intense with the others.
Because later in the season, she also does things where she just does things that piss people off. Like, and I'm like, oh, you bitch, right? You sneaky bitch. But like,
you got me.
It's the first instance of her being here. It's just like, she's nothing but helpful. She goes, yeah, just fuck a great piece of advice. Yeah, you built it, just rebuild it again. And they do, and they shoot it off. It's like, it shoots pretty shittily, it breaks, and they're all laughing at her or whatever. And they just all throw each other in the water. I was like, this is great.
It felt like I was having so much fun compared to like having fun with the animation and being like, oh, that's cool. It was like, I'm having just fun with everything, with the music, with the animation, with the characters, with the story. It's just, I love it. Good job.
So that's how this season kind of feels. It's
what
like
a goddamn turnaround, dude.
It's more like we have our crew, right? And they all seem to have their own episode where we focus on what their deal is, right? So we have one with the big chick. She's dealing with actually the first one that happens is the pretty girl. She ends up having a college boyfriend or whatever, and she's super mature and all this stuff, and people love her, and people are upset that the boys are upset that she's not with high school students, all this stuff, right? And she's just like kind of whatever, I'm mature, I'm dating a college guy, I'm 17, blah, 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 this stuff.
Yeah.
Only to get dumped because this guy's kind of
she had to learn heartbreak.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. He's like, I found a hotter chick, which happened to be Haruko, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And, the friends come across this and they see, how she's being treated and they don't like it, but they don't know how to
they don't know how to help.
Like,
and,
they're like, what do we do?
Because they're good friends.
Absolutely. They go, how do I help you? Because I don't want to, hurt you, but I want to help you. This is fucked, right? And she grows and learns like, okay, cool, whatever. And I think that's a good episode because she does this thing where she's like, yeah, I'm acting older than I really am, right?
Yeah,
like
she realizes it, and you're like, holy shit. Because we've all known people like that. Yeah. This isn't just like an anime made it up kind of thing. This is that's not explored too frequently where we get to see the full version of it, not just like, yeah, I date older guys, I'm mature, into like, yeah, I was an idiot when I was a kid.
But you for sure felt, I am a kid. I've for sure felt like I've seen that where it's just like, why are you acting like this? And just like, because I'm an adult. It's like, fuck, you're the same age as I am, shithead.
I'm very sorry. No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not an adult, whatever. Like, there's no way you are. So she has this great learning thing. And I was like, and we see a dope ass fight. We have a great reference. They're watching a car transform into a literal transformer, right? Yeah. And so Haruko, she yells like fucking Michael Bay and beats the shit out of this transformer.
That's great.
Like, oh, nice. I'm like, oh, look at that. That's Fooly Cooly right there.
That was some good Fooly Cooly.
That's some good Fooly Cooly.
I get the reference. Haruko shows up. She's fucking fun. Mm-hmm. Cool. That's all you need.
That's all I needed.
You don't need to fucking jam it in my face over and over. No, man. It's just like, hey, sweet reference, dude. Oh, cool. The show's involved now. Whoa,
I go, I get it. I get the reference because I get it,
Yeah.
So we get that one. Another episode is we see the bigger girl. She wants to be a fashion designer, right?
Yeah.
And she does like
cool.
She does like side jobs, right? They all have jobs actually, I think, except for maybe pets. But everybody like works somewhere, right?
Yeah.
The main character works at a soba shop.
Honestly, what a cool thing too. To be like, these characters have such big lives.
Yeah. I like this one a lot because she's we see her, the episode starts and she's like directing traffic, and I go, what the fuck's going on here? Like, is this a new character or whatever? Because she has her hair up and she's wearing the thing.
This is our girl being a jobber,
doing like some work, doing like a manly ass job, and our boss is like, what are you doing waving your wand around? He's like, trying to stay awake, boss. She goes like, go home or whatever. And we learn a lot about her. We learn that she's like working really hard. She wants to be a fashion designer.
And this is the kind of shit that anime loves doing. They're like, hey, check out this character you don't know a lot about. You get to learn a lot about them now. So now you feel like you know them.
She's a part of like a contest to win some sort of fashion thing, right? And she still has to do all her jobs to save money to go through design school. And like she ends up working herself kind of ragged and like getting like kind of sick. And her friends are there to support her. And they like to the point where like Haruko's like, get naked. It's like, so they take off her clothes, like, no, all of you get naked. And they just like start pulling off their clothes and they go, that's really funny because not in a moment did they fucking hesitate to be like, what do you mean get naked? There's like, our friend is sick. Us getting naked is going to make her better. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta help.
When they fucking did it, I was like, that's pretty funny.
And that is Fooly Cooly. It comes back to it every time. And you're like, all right, so what's the point of that? Fooly Cooly. And then people don't know what Fooly Cooly is. If you're listening to this episode, you've never seen Fooly Cooly. We keep saying this shit and you're like, don't really get it. Guess what? That's Fooly Cooly. You're not getting Fooly Cooly. It's Fooly Cooly.
You got to get it, man. So our main character tries to help in the only way she thinks is possible. And she picks up a job doing construction with her other two friends. Our big girl's upset about it, right? She's like, hey, I don't need help from fucking no one. And I get it. I've met people who have been super independent. And like they don't want handouts. They don't want no one's charity. They want to do everything by themselves. And like they want to take all this pride in it. And that's fine, right?
Yeah. But hey, guess what, man?
Girls support girls. Yeah. There's there's nothing. And then that's what our main character learns. I mean, the bigger girl learns in this episode. It's like, there's nothing wrong with getting support and having that, that people that are there to help you. And she kind of compromises is instead of saying like, our main character ends up being her assistant to help her with her fashion stuff. And she ends up not winning the fashion show thing or whatever, which is okay. She's not, she was like,
there was a lot of effort put into it. She worked her heart out too.
I really liked that she didn't win. I was just like, oh man, I don't want her to win. Like, cause like, then it's like,
and
cool.
That felt real. That was like, this is the letdown that people do have to deal with. This isn't perfect.
Sometimes you lose. Sometimes you work really hard on something, a video or project, something.
Someone else was better.
And you turn it in and you go, I fucking got it. And you think you're the main character, and guess what? You're not. And you didn't win. And I was like, nice. I'm glad that happened. She did have her moment to shine, though. Haruko ends up putting on her dress and like making a scene.
Fucking killing it,
She ends up walking up to this.
And all the girls are like, yes, yes.
And
they're all hyping.
Big girl shows up and she ends up walking the runway also. And she's just like, they ask, like, they think the announcer asks, like, how do you feel now after, like, what's gone on? And she's like, I'm kind of bummed out about it, but it is what it is, right? And I think she says she wants to be a model or something.
Yeah.
And there's like, and then you're like, cool, this girl is so strong. She can be whatever she wants to be.
I love her. Yeah. I love all of these characters.
I love her a lot.
They just do such a good job at making them lovable.
Yeah. So then we have an episode where our main character girl, she has this like this off and on relationship kind of thingy. She likes this dude who's kind of like a loser. He's the club manager of the basketball team.
Yeah.
And Haruko takes this fucking advantage of this and like ends up like,
of course,
seducing him and making her jealous. And this is a really cool episode too, because our main character, feels like she's being told by her friends that she needs to confess her feelings and they need to like make this official
to overcome
this. Yeah. And so it kind of happens. It comes to a head and they're like, she's going to tell him how she feels. And then like, they're going to kiss or something. And then she kind of stops and she goes, oh fuck. Like,
do I actually want this?
I don't feel it. She's like, I don't feel that thing, right? And after a bombastic, fully coolly fight, right? She's like, hey man, I'm not ready to be in love or whatever. I just want to hang out with my girls. And I was like, fuck yeah, bro.
You do you. Don't do what society tells you. Yeah. You fucking do what you do.
Like, she's super young. She's like, I'm 17. Why do I need to?
I don't need to
have a boyfriend right now. Right? She's
like,
I just want to be here for my girlfriends and them be there for me. And she can still like a dude. Doesn't mean they have to be together. And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, hell yeah, girl. I'm sitting there on my fucking bed. I'm like, fuck yeah, bitch. Get it.
Like, wiping some Cheetos off your chest.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, nice. So that was, again, a great episode. Mm-hmm. Bunch of fully coolly stuff in the middle of it. But a fucking story was told. Fucking growth was seen. The saddest episode, I feel like, is like...
Definitely the saddest.
Is Pets, who is, we get to learn, is like our main character girl's first friend. Like, from grade school to middle school to high school.
Yeah.
And we kind of learned that our main character actually doesn't really know her all that well.
What a bummer.
Because...
and it makes sense.
While all this other stuff's happening, by the way, we also get fully coolly stuff happening. Mm-hmm. We have a guy who's like working in the backgrounds and he's trying to stop the metal Mechanica flattening the earth. And there's talks of people,
fully coolly.
Yeah. There's talks of people, migrating to Mars, right? Like, because it's safe.
The world's going to get blown up. This is an actual situation.
And the way they do that, it's like the really rich 1%ers have the money to make these rockets and go to Mars and live there. And so people who aren't rich are fucked, right? So like that's kind of a thing that's been throughout the series kind of been talked about. And we learned that Pets comes from a very wealthy family. Her dad works in a higher level of the government. Yeah. And she actually doesn't have that great relationship with her dad or her mother. And our main character was oblivious to it all. She's like, why wouldn't I ever have known of this? All this stuff. And I feel like that's also a very realistic thing. There's times where you think you know someone super well, and then the truth comes out and you go, what? I had no idea about this you. And I was just like, and it's really... It really bummed me the fuck out. I was like sitting there like, you fucking what? And I was like, on both ends, I was like, how could you not be aware of your friend?
Guys.
And the other one, like, how could you lie to your friend, right? Like, what is this? It's like, and I'm, again, sitting here laying in bed being like, these fucking assholes are pissing me off or some bullshit that doesn't fucking matter.
Tears in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm just fucking crying. It's like, actually, we'll be honest, none of these made me cry.
No,
they were all
either.
really good, but they all made me like, the feeling is like, oh, my
They didn't hit you in the same way. It was a lot more like, you get them.
Yeah, fucking do it.
Come on, man. Support each other. You're right there.
Girls support girls, right? So we have this bomb-ass fully coolly fight. Our main character has to save Pets. Pets lets her have it. And it's like, look, I fucking hate you because of all these reasons. You're so fucking nosy. I never should have been your friend. And a lot of it feels like...
You're just feeling like, I don't know if she's doing this so
to
that make the distance is easier. Because we've all seen like, no, go away. I don't want you anymore.
You stupid dog. Yeah,
leave.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just go.
It's the Air Bud moment.
It's there.
So it's like, it's the Air Bud moment. So, the big monster gets destroyed. It's all good. And then we wake up to our main character and everything's good. Pets, is forgiven by the other girls. They're all there on the beach and they're all talking about how she's not going to Mars. They're all going to stay there and have a great time. And then she actually wakes up. No, she was knocked out the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Pets throughout the show has been trading people stuff. She's been like, someone had a nice handkerchief, she traded for another handkerchief or whatever. Someone had a pen, she traded for like a brush pen. So she takes our main character's like hair clip and gives her hair clip. And then she's like, she just pieces out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, that's fucking heavy. Again, a very realistic thing in friendships and relationships.
They have ways to remember each other and she's gone.
Yeah, people leave. Sometimes they're just like, they're a huge part of your life and then they're not. And then...
you don't want to live those last days with your friends when you know that you're leaving and you know that they're going to die and there's nothing you could do.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be like, hey, guys, I'm going to leave and live if the shit goes down like it's supposed to.
Yeah, so like maybe, breaking their friendships would have made it easier on her or something, right? Because like, it's not her choice to go to Mars. She has to go, right?
It's her family, dude.
Yeah, and we just learned that the relationship with her and her family is not the best, right? Like, her home life is pretty shit. Even though she's super wealthy, she's just like, I don't want to be here, right?
Her ideal life is spending all this time with her friends.
Which she can't do anymore. I feel like this I think brings us to the last episode, which is a great culmination of like people getting over stuff, people realizing, hey, the world's coming to an end or whatever. And then it just has a huge bombastic Fooly Cooly ending, which still confused me as to what happened completely. Because then there's an epilogue to end it all. So I don't know how I feel about the ending. It was interesting. I'm still really confused by it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked all of this, honestly. Music, animation, story, character development.
Man, the outro is one of the best outros of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Fucking, you talking to, dog.
Dude.
You showed me dude, bro.
Yeah.
You showed me the outro before I even watched it. You're like, hey, man, I know you haven't seen any Fooly Cooly, whatever.
Check this.
And you go, you have to see this. And I go, you showed it to me. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking good. And guess what? It's even better at the end of a show when you realize
like you've seen it all, and that's how you come down from a show. You're like, okay, we are jamming.
Yeah. So, okay, how's this one? So here's how I think the thing ended, right?
Okay.
So and tell me if it's wrong or if it's different in your thing, because it's a lot of this stuff, it's kind of ambiguous, right? Like Fooly Cooly did
Fooly Cooly's Fooly Cooly.
You have to figure it out by yourself. No one they don't tell you. There's no like person at the end. There's no fucking Yu-Gi-Oh character that goes, well, you see, he activated this trap because of, that. We don't get that.
We don't get any exposition.
No, none of that. It's fucking God. I would kill for some exposition.
Or you just have a narrator pop in for the last episode.
Or like the fucking director's commentary is like, yeah. So what we did here was, I was like, oh, fucking I would die to hear something like that. So, the iron's moving now, right? There's a big old hand moving the iron. It's flattening things. Things is kind of going to shit. Haruko says, hey, I need the main character's help. It's like, you have a lot of power. You need to fucking use your power and stop this from happening. Yeah. And she's just like, well, how do I do it? It's like, he's like, fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Let it out, right? Let it all out. And so she lets it out, and she kind of goes like Super Saiyan OP mode, right? In the meantime, they're also being attacked by the fucking robots, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like letting all her emotions out. She's saying how she feels about pets, which is super huge. And then there's like a big fucking gravity stops existing, right? Gravity starts existing.
And then gravity doesn't exist anymore.
People are like holding on to things for dear life. There's a big old wormhole that opens up and just like massive, and then there's a huge flash and it's fucking all gone. We see Haruko, she's like what looks like to be in the wormhole. There's multiple versions of her, right? The Vespa's there. In the Vespa, I think we also see like clips of the original Fooly Cooly being played, like, and there's shots, and Haruko's confused, and I'm fucking confused, and I go, what the fuck's going on, right? And it's Fooly Cooly, right? Yeah. And so then it's like, it's done, right? And then the credits start rolling, and I was like, oh, what the fuck's going on, right? And we see our main character girl putting on her shoes. She's saying bye to her fucking family. He's like, I'm going to school. She's got her new hair clip in. She's like walking. She has new headphones. They're not tangled up, which is a little like example.
That's
of hey,
I have my shit put together.
I've grown a bit, and she's walking and things look pretty normal. The sky's a different color, right? And then there's like a big old round flat thing in the sky. And she meets up with her two homies that are still there. Pets is gone. All we see is like the pretty girl and the bigger girl. And they're like, hey, we're going to school. Let's go, right? And that was it. And that's how it fucking ended. And I was like, what the fuck happened, right? So what I thought was, I was like, okay, so, I mean, I don't know if any of this is right. You can just tell me. So maybe she could have like split time in reality or whatever. There's a new dimension, right? What I think might have happened is also like the thing in the sky, I think, is a flat Earth, and she made a whole new Earth, and the sky's a different color because they're closer to something or something's blocking it or whatever,
What color is the sky?
It's like red. Yeah. I don't think they're on Mars though.
You don't think that they swapped planets?
I don't think that's what happened because
I mean, I understand that the size and everything is different.
Yeah,
but Fooly Cooly,
it's Fooly Cooly. Yeah, that's one that I read too. Like because I was looking into like maybe they swapped planets, but my head is like, well, if they swap planets, does that mean everybody on Mars got flattened? Like they the
1%,
right? And I was just like,
possibly.
And then I go, fuck, did pets die? And I go, that's fucking dark,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I think that's a big possibility considering the pets isn't there.
Yeah. The only thing is like that I go, okay, cool. Well, is it just the city? Did she move all of Earth over?
It's unclear.
We don't know because there's multiple irons in this Earth. Something also I would like to point out is like Fooly Cooly is never really. I mean, we know there's aliens, right? Mm-hmm. We got fucking Haruko. We got the fucking Iron people.
Yeah.
It's never really ever told exactly what planet we're on. Sometimes we're like, hey, yeah, we're going to Mars. At one point, I think in the original one, they say, yeah, my brother plays baseball overseas in the United States. It's like cool.
So it's
wherever this is,
probably
that's
Earth.
For sure Earth. But we don't know if this is Earth because there's a point where they're showing the land masses and they don't look anything like they do in our Earth, right? So it's like they could be somewhere else. It could be a different dimension, a different timeline, a different
moon.
So I don't know. All I know is that it was a really fucking good show.
It was really good. The ending doesn't need to make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I feel like that's inherently Fooly Cooly is that we never really know what's going on.
It doesn't matter.
And we'll figure it out along the way.
Absolutely. So, it feels like this was for sure like the Fooly Cooly that I wanted, right?
Yeah. I didn't realize that this was the way that I wanted to have this, but man, they did it.
Because the other one was more like the progressive, right?
Progressive.
That one's like Fooly Cooly to the fucking max. And I go, cool. I remember this is very reminiscent of Fooly Cooly, right?
Uh-huh.
And then I go, I don't know. Why don't I like this, right?
Because it's not.
I go, why isn't more Fooly Cooly better, right?
It's just not.
And then I see this one was like, oh, cool. It's barely Fooly Cooly, which is a really good show. And there's Fooly Cooly in it.
And the Fooly Cooly's good.
Yeah.
Fooly Cooly.
I go, more fucking this, dog.
Yeah, man.
That being said, I haven't seen Fooly Cooly in several years.
Forever,
but I still have a great, because it's so short,
very fond memories.
Very fond memories, great recollection of what the fuck's going on, right? And me being like, this show fucking fucks, right?
Yeah, you're like, all right, I see she's in a bunny suit now. I get it. Yeah, I'm down.
Don't fucking matter, bro. She gets hit some dude with a baseball bat. Got a spider head chick. I was like, yeah, this show's fucking great. Doesn't fucking matter because that show in my head will always be up there. I don't know if people sometimes say things don't hold up, right?
Yeah. No, this one I feel like holds up.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe I'll come back to it, but from what I remember really enjoying it.
It's not, it doesn't reach that same level because that the nostalgia is for sure there.
Oh yeah, those glasses, yeah.
But you're like, I get why I liked this so much back in the day.
For sure.
Nowadays, we have a lot of things that are like Fooly Cooly alternative.
Yeah.
It has more depth to it.
Oh yeah.
And you don't have to reach for, it's not a difficult English novel that you have to write a report on and find all the little intricacies and what each thing actually meant. That's kind of how the original Fooly Cooly was.
Yeah.
And it was...
You decipher it. You go, what is this? What am I looking at
But
here?
It had so many fun things along the way that you're like, I don't really need to know what's going on, but it's cool that now I like it so much that I am deciphering all this shit.
And the outro was so good.
Oh, man, wasn't it? Ooh. It was fucking rad.
So, all that being said... Still a huge fan of Fooly Cooly. OG one's really great. Second one wasn't the worst thing in the world. I've seen worse things, right?
Yeah.
But this last one, this third season alternative was...
Alternative takes the cake, man. It brings it home.
Huge, breath of fresh air. I was like, wow, this is great. And I'm so glad I got to watch it. And when it comes out dubbed, I'll for sure watch it again on Toonami just because...
It's that good, man.
Fucking dub's good too. Why the fuck not? Good. Great show. I hope people are able to watch these, these on Crunchyroll. Because they're worth it, yeah. I mean, for sure, alternative.
Watch both.
Yeah, just watch them. It's 12 episodes, right?
Save alternative for last, I would say.
Yeah.
Because the beginning is a bit of an overload, and it feels nice to go back to kind of a normal show, but to totally be okay with all the crazy shit that happens in between.
Yeah, for sure, man. Fuck, good show, good movie. Good
game.
Good music.
Good game. Good game. All right, good job. All right. Woo!
Our music's so fucking killer, though. All right, man. You got anything else to say about Fooly Cooly, alternative and progressive?
The Pillows, the people who do all the music, they're on Spotify, so you could actually check their shit out with your fucking car radio. Do it. Yeah. And it's honestly one of those shows that is so hard to want to recommend to people because it needs to be accepted in different parts. Just telling somebody to watch alternative and never knowing like the source material is it's a bit of a stretch, because you could also just be like, watch A Place Further in the Universe. It's fucking great, dude. This is a very different show. It feels a lot better when you have more context to everything. So I feel like it's an important thing to watch all three.
Yeah, you can appreciate them all better. You can
just watch the second two too and see how that goes.
Yeah, I guess. If you're one of those monsters that just wants to watch Endgame, go ahead, go watch Avengers Endgame.
Listen, man, I want everyone to go out there, watch the first and last episode of Fully Coolly Progressive and see what you think.
Yeah, man. Okay, cool.
Pull a Duncan.
So that's it. That's fucking Duncan. Yeah, so that's it. That's the show. I don't know what we're talking about next week. We'll figure it out.
We're talking about anime.
So
I hope. Or live action bullshit. We have a lot of time. Yeah. You have a lot of time too.
Yeah, I should do. Yeah. So
hey, also check it out. Today's the last day of the entry for our Pokemon giveaway. So congrats to whoever did that. We'll do the drawing tomorrow.
Keep doing if you want the free game, keep adding
today because it's Wednesday. Never mind.
I'm still doing the thing for the wish list for the 99 game that I worked on till I think the weekend. I haven't even looked to see if anybody's emailed, so maybe you'll win something. Maybe just send the thing in and get a free game.
Just send the thing in and get a free game. Nobody's done anything. It's a free game. It's a top-down adventure. It's pretty cool looking, honestly. I haven't been able to play it yet because it's fucking under wraps right now, but it looks like it might be a fun little game to just pop on and play a level or two and kind of
there you go, cool,
explore around.
You go, Juan worked on that. It's okay.
It's just neat.
Yeah. Anyways, if you like our logo, hit up Aaron from TurbyTops.com. If you like our theme song, check out Tom Nasser on SoundCloud and YouTube. Trip, where can you find us?
You can find us on Facebook. Look up the Instagram Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instagram Podcast. If you want to send us a tweet at InstaRamenPod.
Podcast ain't fit.
And you could go ahead and shoot us an email, InstaRamenPodcast@gmail.com. That's where you submit the entries for the free game.
Yeah.
Cool. All the other ones are where you submit the entries for the free Pokemon stuff.
Yeah. Someone's going to win it. It's not going to be us.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Yep. This is bye from Juan.
I'll see you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.